In the book of Genesis, chapter 12, God tells Abram, he says, "Now the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who curses you I will curse, and by you all the families of the earth will be blessed themselves." So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Who is Lot? Lot is his nephew. God tells Abraham to go, and his nephew decides to go along with them. And it makes sense at the time when people traveled, they traveled in large families and they moved through different parts of the country or wherever they go. And it made perfect sense. But the problem with this is that Lot ended up being a problem for Abram. Lot is the one who ends up in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. And then God tells him, hey, you got to go. You got to leave this because I'm going to destroy this place. So you take his wife and his daughters, and he goes. But while he was going, the angel tells him to not look back. And guess what happens? Lot's wife looks back. She turns into a pillar of salt. And this is always referenced in the Bible. Remember Lot's wife, because she was not obedient. But here's the problem. Lot was a problem to begin with. If you read throughout the chapters, Abram ends up having to rescue Lot because he was taken captive. And then they started bumping heads. And Abram had to say, hey, you go this way and I'll go that way. Wherever you end up, whatever you choose, I'll go the opposite. That's how Lot ended up in Sodom and Gomorrah. So he was allowing his flesh to make decisions for him, whereas Abraham was being led by God. What does this mean? Sometimes family could be the reason why you're in situations that you don't have to be. I read a quote that really inspired me. It says, "Do not set yourself on fire to keep other people warm." I love my family. I come from a big family. I have a lot of people. I have 5 sisters and 3 brothers. I had 4, but one passed away in 2011. So I come from a big background. I come from a large family. I got a bunch of nieces and nephews. But I can tell you this. I'm more at peace when I only deal with a certain amount of people, a select few, because family members, especially if they're not being led by God, can really be the stumbling block in your life. Lot was the stumbling block in Abram's life. Thankfully, he was being led by God, and that did not stop him from receiving the blessing that God had for him. So I want to encourage you to don't look at people as family. Okay, don't look at them and say, this is my blood, this is my family. Look at the spirit of the person. Are they being led by God? Are they being directed by God? Are they listening to God? Because you might be fooled and think, oh, this person is my mother. She wouldn't do this. My father, he wouldn't do this. My brother, my sister, my child. And you will be surprised by how heinous some people can be, even if they're related to you. So I remember the story of Lot is that don't get so attached to people. Pay attention to their spirit. How are they moving through life? Because your purpose and their purpose may be on 2 different paths. You say, well, I want to start building generational wealth, and I want to start a business, and I want to pass it down to my nieces and nephews and cousins and sons and daughters. And it's like, do you even think they would want it? I mean, like, is that something that they desire? Because you might just have to do it for yourself. You might have to start the ball rolling by setting an example, thinking too far out and say, well, I want to pass this down to my family members. And like, who's to say that's what God has for them? Just worry about yourself. Be the best person that you can be. That's what I've had to do. Be the best person I could be. I don't do anything in hopes that my family will benefit from it. I do it so that I can glorify God for the time that I'm here on this earth. Now, if they receive some blessing for it, good. But I don't work for them. I work unto the Lord. I do it for my own satisfaction, because people have their own path and their own purpose. So don't get caught up trying to focus on the whole family. Focus on you. Be the best person you can be. And if they can glean off that, great. If you can point them in the right direction, great. If you can give them a boost, great. But focus on yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.